thing about New Orleans voodoo and hoodoo is that they are solution-focused systems. The system that's in place with the herbs and the roots are there to help solve problems, practical problems, health issues, mental health issues, relationship issues, money, anything. It's just such a practical system.
Oh yeah, there was eyes behind me in that car. They're always watching me. It's Baron S. Whoa, that was a web. Baron.
It wasn't Papa Legba. It was Baron Samedi. I don't know why y'all slander Papa Legba. It's not Papa Legba. It's Baron.
I saw someone on here make a video saying that NBA Youngboy is Papa Legba's child, right? And as someone who is a child of Papa Legba, I can guarantee you that he belongs to Baron. Must be the truth. I told you, I know what I'm talking about. Like, I know Pop. Pop done been there for me. That's why I call him Pop. Pop done showed up and showed out for me, you feel me? I found out that the NBA Youngboy, he belongs to Baron. Baron Sam D, not Papa Legba. Get to know the deities, learn them. And it like, I'm gonna be real, it's obvious. What makes you think he belongs to Papa Legba instead of Baron? Everything he do is an equivalent of Baron, not Legba. The only thing he did that was in correlation to Papa Legba was wear that hat. Everything else is Baron. Everything from the face paint to the little staff to the all that's Baron. NBA Youngboy don't belong to Papa Legba. He belongs to Baron Sam D.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter.
I hope y'all are ready. Listen, this one here, and I'm gonna tell y'all what led me to this one, was the Kevin Gates uploads. They're performing pretty well. Shout out to you guys for tapping in and just interacting with the comments, liking the videos, and shout out to the very few of you that actually hype up the videos. But this thing, this energy, this magic, and Louisiana, it's different. And what I've come to realize is that while we saw what we thought was a certain type of humility ritual or panda face, wink wink or whatever, it was something totally different on a whole nother plateau. Y'all, this little dude's tapped into something of a way. He's tapped into some other things. I'm gonna say that. Now, I don't want anyone taking this upload as if I'm speaking down or whatever. We're just reviewing and reacting to clips and learning things together. Now, we're gonna watch this with an open mind. The Massa Tour, what he did in New Orleans for their show. Wow. Dallas. Let's get to the content.
Every celebrity that has been in jail will be getting out. As an example, with Youngboy. Free Youngboy still. But I ain't gonna lie, there's a song called Miss Alinda, and it's actually a voodoo doll in Louisiana. He made the song, it's called Miss Alinda, tell me how to beat the system, Miss Alinda, tell me how to, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to sound fed or anything. he will be end up getting out. Here's the reason why. Everybody knows not to play with this Louisiana voodoo stuff. YB still gonna get out regardless, bro. He gonna end up getting out. And it's not fair to the government why they had him locked up for 3.5 years on house arrest when everybody else's charges dropped in Baton Rouge. YB should be walking free without no ankle monitor on his ankle. But you gotta sit here and think about it. Who would not be going stupid in the house if they can't really go where they want to go?
Miss Alinda is a voodoo doll in Louisiana, allegedly. I don't want to offend any deities, energies, or anything like that, or anybody's belief system. Everything in this video is allegedly. But we're reviewing, reacting to clips. Y'all heard what he said. And he said that YB was going to get out. I said the same thing. And him coming home from jail was like a rebirth or coming back from the dead, almost. A voodoo doll. Now, the lyrics that this dude is talking about, the song, it's making me look at the whole massa thing totally different. I already looked at it like it was some type of ritualistic thing, but oh my goodness, let's check this out. All right, so it goes on to read, "Oh, Miss Alinda, tell me how to beat the system. Oh, Miss Alinda, come and help me blank these blanks. Miss Alinda, it ain't no love for it, my type of blank. Miss Alinda, it was a symbol, something to do with rituals. Stupid blank, say he gonna blank me." Come on, man. Come on, man. But the thing is, I think it's a typo with this lady's name, or this person's name, this energy's name, whatever they may call it. No disrespect. I think it's a typo. We're gonna check out the person I think it is. So here is a post, and people are saying who they're saying who Miss Alinda is. Miss Alinda is a New Orleans voodoo lady YB went to in 2018. He had her do some rituals for him, and she did some rituals for him, and they say Miss Alinda helps him blank these blanks with witchcraft. You gotta remember, YB is Jamaican, so he believes in that stuff, and a lot of Caribbean people in Louisiana do also. Then somebody else, she's a voodoo lady. He's demonic as hell. That's just the comments, me reading the comments. Now, this is one of his children's mom. She said, "This blank told me he put voodoo on me." Why me? That's one of his children's moms. If YB is really Jamaican and born and bred in Louisiana, it ain't no telling what he believes in. A lot of people say that this thing or practices of these sorts were some original teachings, allegedly, for some of us. And because of the power it bestowed, it was deemed to be bad because certain people didn't understand it. I even heard a story that back in the early 1900s, or way early, that there were some soldiers that went to do certain things in Haiti, and the plans got reversed. That's all I can say. Let's get to the next clip.
Yes.
That's the lady who I think they're speaking of, but there's just a typo. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of similar letters in each of those names. It's something captivating about that woman. I'm not about to get too deep into it. It is something captivating about that beautiful woman. Yeah. Now, we cannot knock anybody for what they were taught. Let's start there. In Louisiana, period, it's something there. But I'll tell you where they say it's even more voodoo and hoodoo. Where Quando Rondo's from, Savannah. What did he say? Hey, Grandma, we gotta go see the woo lady. Anyways, next clip.
Family members pass, it means that something great is about to happen in your life, and you need guidance from the other side. What's up? In a weird way, when Scott LaRock passed, he was killed in the Bronx. That's when my guidance started. When you have a parent that may go, a brother, a sister, a son, it's painful to deal with. But you have someone on the other side now that you can communicate with. I mean, what a great privilege that is to have someone on the other side that's outside of space and time. Appeal to that person, talk to them, leave his favorite food out, his favorite drink, leave it out. Let him know that he exists. Wow. And you'll see the guidance. It's ancient. Africans been doing this. We never understood that, ever. We never understood. We always knew our ancestors were on the other side. He just wasn't with us physically, and one foot in the spirit, one foot in the material.
Now, that was KRS-One, and he has some really interesting beliefs, very interesting logics, and I feel him on that. Oh my goodness. There were certain passings in my life that affected me in a lot of different ways, and one in particular was my aunt Glenda, and she had a huge impact on my life. But she was one of those aunties that would make you go get the switch. She would say, it's about to rain, baby, bring your bike in. Aunt Glenda, how you know that? My hand just told me, my arthritis, blah, blah, blah. But I know it's a lot of people that might do that, but she also knew things. And this is why I tell people, trust your intuition, because she knew things as if she would predict them, but she wouldn't sit there and think on it or harp on it. You could ask her something and it'll come out like that. But her passing, I noticed that transferred to me. It was a hard thing to accept, and I don't know, it's weird. So I do believe what he says, and that's why I'm so inquisitive about these other teachings and belief systems and things like that. But let me stop yapping. Let's get to the next clip.
Let's talk about this NBA Youngboy concert, because a lot of people have a lot to say about this setup and how it looks like he's depicting himself in hell. And before I get into it, I'm just a messenger. People been asking me to talk about this. I don't have no problem with this young man before his fans try to come eat me up. But yeah, a lot of the conspiracy theorists and some people and some of his fans really didn't like this setup. That literally looks like he's in the pits of hell and there's fallen angels and all that hellish stuff. And I know some people are saying that it's basically supposed to represent Gravedigger Mountain and all that good stuff. And a lot of people are saying it makes sense because Tiana Taylor is the one who basically directed this whole thing. Then a lot of people has actually said that he was very demonic. So, I mean, it's none of my business at the end of the day, but like music and these concerts really do be a huge energy harvest, what I believe. Because nothing would ever tell me that Travis Scott thing was not a big, huge sacrifice or energy harvesting pit. But hey, it just could be for the vibes. It just could be the aesthetic, flames and red lighting and fallen angels. But I know a lot of people be like, it's not that deep. It's just a setup. It's just a stage. It is that deep. If you want to be technical, it kind of really is that deep. But like I said, I'm just a messenger. I have no beef with this young man and to his fans. I like his music, but this is giving hell and demonic vibes.
Now, we know YB has said that allegedly that line of work is very demonic. Allegedly, heavy on the alleged, wink wink and all that stuff. But he's playing a game. He's playing a game. And this is what happens in a sense where situational awareness and being overzealous kind of outweighs logic. But then again, I can't say my logic is his logic also. We don't know what was so impactful in his childhood or upbringing to where if he played this game, he knew what things that it entailed. And then to be linked in with Birdman of all people is something totally different. But I kind of feel like that's who turned him on. I feel like Birdman's a warlock. I do. And that's just alleged. I'm entitled to my own opinion and also the right of freedom of speech. But NBA Youngboy took these things to new heights. And with the crowds that he has, the following, the cult fan base, it's getting projected onto those people to where these concerts and tours are more like rituals, and these people don't even know what they're taking in and how they're being subconsciously programmed. The subconscious is so strong, but people are so unaware when it's happening, the programming. But this here, come on, man. Next clip.
The Voodoo lady, the Voodoo lady, and she did my shit for me, got my shit right. Yeah.
Speaking of like Voodoo, like that's heavy out this way.
Yeah, that shit all through Florida.
So you know, for the people that don't really understand like what that is, are you able to like explain, like give a little insight on like what Voodoo is?
It ain't really no explanation. You just gotta know mommy, and you gotta, go see about that, Yeah. It ain't really no explanation. You gotta go see about that.
So is it like a religion or?
It's like a rituals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you could be in a religion and still practice voodoo?
I wouldn't say that, but something like that, yeah. Something like that.
So like with the rituals and shit, like, cause I really, where I'm from, this shit ain't really common. So I really don't understand it. Like, what do motherfuckers be doing? Like, is it like spells and shit? Like the example type shit.
It be shit like you gotta go sleep in an open casket for like 5-6 days.
Damn.
Shit like it's like just dumb like shit you gotta go through. Like, okay, you'll get it. You want a bitch to be fucked up about you, take her hair, give it like, and she'll just, you know what I'm saying, just witchcraft some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So have you seen like somebody do I don't know if you want to call it a spell or ritual, and then?
Now, that was Julio Fulio, and we know he's no longer here, but what a lot of people don't know is that he made it through a lot of situations, and he credits those escapes to the Woo Lady. We've also heard Quando Rondo say, "Hey, Grandma, let's go see the Woo Lady. Woo, to go get some work." He's still here. He was in a SUV right next to a person that took his place. Put that in perspective. You can't knock anybody for their beliefs to a certain, you just can't. You can't, especially when you don't know anything about it. I don't know enough to say, hey, this is wrong, or that's bad, or this is how it'll affect you, or whatever. Now, when it comes to jeopardizing your moral standards and moral code for riches and clout and things like that, okay, I can talk about that. But this here's another ball game. So that's where you guys come in. Let me know your thoughts. If you made it to this point, y'all, say I made it, and I'll make longer videos. I like chopping it up with y'all. I'm gonna go live soon. I just gotta get my kahunas together. That's it, that's all. But if you made it, say I made it, let me know what time it is when you get this notification. Put the date and time when you got this notification. Please, it's gonna help me gauge my content. I'm out. Peace.